Hello, naitwa Gadhio na kwa hii video nataka tuangalie mambo na paper type. That is selecting the correct paper type wakati sasa una print from your laptop or from your computer. Now, kitu moja ni ati the printer needs to know the type of paper you're using so it can adjust settings for the best print quality and avoid issues. So the reason unafaa kuselect the appropriate paper type tumeona ni ati kuna vile printer ina adjust settings zake, ndio kulingana na karatasi yenye umeselect ita change the print settings so that it prints correctly and give you the best quality. Now, different printers are designed to work best with specific types of paper. For example, inkjet printers like Epson L850 are optimized for printing photos on glossy papers, allowing for high quality, vibrant prints that showcase detailed images effectively. So niko na hizi printer mbili hapa za picha, like this Epson L850 and this Epson L180 50. These are inkjet printers, and what an inkjet printer basically means is that it uses a liquid ink kuprint na huwa inawaka na kuspray rangi kwa karatasi. So now hizi Epson printers, tumesema different printers are designed to work best with specific types of paper. So hizi Epson printers are optimized for printing photos on glossy papers, allowing for high quality, so kenye picha yenye itatoa ni high quality, vibrant prints that showcase detailed images effectively. So wacha tuangalie, tuseme for example tunataka kuprint hii picha ya this particular photo of this woman. Now to print it, I'm going to right click on it and then click on print. It is going to open with what you call Windows Photo Viewer. And now sasa hapa tuseme nataka kuprint na Epson L850. So hapa tunakuja tuna select the printer. We have this first setting here, printer. Let me select L850. It's here. And hapa mwisho kuna paper type. Nataka tuangalie hizi paper types. Tumeona kuna plain paper. Plain paper ni karatasi ya kawaida. Alafu tuko na Epson Ultra Glossy. I want you to take note of the glossy papers that we have here. Ultra Glossy, Epson Premium Glossy, Epson Premium Semi-Gloss Photo Paper Glossy, Epson Matte, Epson Photo Quality Inkjet na Epson Photo Stickers. And then we have envelope. So basically hii printer, this Epson L850, paper types zake ama zenye karatasi zenye nafanya kazi nayo. So kuna plain paper, and then you have so many variety of glossy photo papers, kama vile tumezi discuss kwa the video I have done on glossy photo papers. Hizi zote ni glossy photo papers. Alafu sasa tuko na envelope kama unataka kuprint kwa bahasha. So let's say if I want to print on photo paper glossy, una select tu hiyo alafu una print. Now hii paper type ina change kulingana na printer yenye umeselect hapa. If in case nikuja hapa ni select printer ingine kama hii Konica Minolta, I'm not going to get the same paper types. So paper types zenye nitapata hapa, actually I'm not going to get any glossy paper. You see plain, we have this thin paper, and then we have this custom. So that's why we are saying that every printer, kila printer kuna zile karatasi imetengenezwa kufanya kazi nazo. So let's also look at this Epson L18050. This one is also an inkjet printer. Let's look at the paper types. Again, you have plain paper, letterhead, Epson photo, quality inkjet, matte, ultra glossy, premium glossy, Epson premium semi-gloss, photo paper glossy, Epson photo stickers, and envelope. So it's much like this L850. Difference, actually I mean L850 right here. So difference nimeona tu ni kama your letterhead. Actually there is no much difference between the two, because both of them is Epson and inkjet printers, and they are designed ama vile zimetengenezwa kufanya kazi na karatasi za picha. So sasa ukiprint na this Epson printer, there's this settings that you should follow. Let me see. Here's what to choose. Yes, here's what to choose when printing using the papers discussed in this book using an inkjet printer such as Epson L850. So sometimes you may get confused when it comes to printing, and you don't know the correct paper type to choose. Now when using an inkjet printer such as this Epson L18050 or this Epson L850, kuna hii table nimetengeneza hapa, Epson paper type settings guide table. And basically for most of the papers we just use plain papers except glossy papers. So kama ni plain papers, that is photocopy papers, the printer paper type you're supposed to select is basically plain papers. This plain paper. Now for embossed papers you also select plain papers. For premium color papers and ivory papers you also select plain papers. That is for this Epson paper type settings. It doesn't have those thickness settings as you're going to see kwa Konica, Minolta, Bizhub. Now for glossy photo papers, that is 230 GSM. Remember here 230 GSM tulisema ni ile ngumu, ni karatasi ya picha ile ngumu unatumia photo paper glossy. So kama tuna print hii picha kwa karatasi ngumu, tunafaa kukuja hapa to select photo paper glossy. Okay, then if you're printing on either glossy matte paper, you see the GSM here is much less. Matte paper ni rahisi naka plain paper, but it's a little thicker and then it's glossy. So this Epson matte, glossy matte papers and glossy sticker papers, they have a slight difference in GSM, but for both tunatumia Epson matte. So kama ulikuwa unataka kuprint hii picha na matte paper or sticker paper, you simply come here and select Epson matte. Now if for semi-glossy art papers, it's not recommended to print using an inkjet printer juu kuna vile hiyo karatasi here semi-glossy art papers huwa inakunywa rangi, as we've discussed in the video on semi-glossy art papers. Now manila papers pia unatumia tu kama ni 160 GSM ama 220 GSM, bado unatumia setting ya plain papers. So for receipt or bank paper, it's not recommended to use an inkjet printer kwa sababu hii karatasi ni rahisi sana, and I doubt if it's going to print properly on an inkjet printer. Kama una print bahasha na hii printer ya Epson, either Epson L850 or Epson L18050, make sure you select envelope because that setting is actually there. Of course, this is not an envelope, but just in case, you select envelope when printing envelopes. So one thing to note here is that you can select the print papers option at a printer paper type when printing on glossy paper if you prioritize speed over print quality. This setting allows for faster printing, though it will reduce the quality of the final print. Kulingana na quality yenye unataka, usually you find that if you select this photo paper glossy, let me go back here. If you select this photo paper glossy, you're going to get a clean, high quality print. That is photo paper glossy. If you also select Epson matte, you're going to get a quality printout. Lakini challenge inakuanga speed. Ukiselect hii Epson matte ama photo paper glossy, speed yake itatoka pole pole. But for example, print paper always prints fast. Juu print paper usually it overlooks the picture, inaona kama tu ni document ya kawaida, so ina print haraka. Probably ulikuwa umeweka Epson matte paper ama ulikuwa umeweka like photo paper glossy, ina print haraka, but the quality is not good. The quality is not good. So if you want good quality with glossy papers, make sure you use Epson matte or photo paper glossy, unless you are very much in a hurry. Kama wakati mwingine tukiprint eulogies na hizi photo paper, Epson matte, and you want them to print faster, unaiziwekea hizi. Kwa printer umeweka Epson matte, lakini kwa setting unaweka print paper, so zinatoka haraka haraka, but the quality is not good. That is what it means. Now let's now look at this other laser printers. Now laser printers such as Konica Minolta C364 series PCL printers are generally not well suited for glossy photo papers because the toner used in laser printing often struggles to board properly with glossy surfaces. However, they work with semi-glossy art papers and other papers as shown in the following image. Okay, sitaki tuangalie hii image kwanza. Let's first understand this. So tuko na hii printer ingine kama hii. This is a laser printer. It uses, inatumia toner Bizhub C284E. It's the same one like this one discussed, mentioned here. They are not suited for glossy photo papers. Na ndio maana tukikuja hapa, hii ni picha tunataka kuprint. If we select like this Konica Minolta C364 series PCL, that is the same printer as this. You see the paper type hapa. Hapa hakuna kitu glossy hapa. There is no glossy anything here. These are custom, not specified, recycled, colored paper, thin paper thickness. There is no glossy. Ndio maana tunasema laser printers such as the one we are discussing here are generally not well suited for glossy photo papers. Yani hiyo karatasi ya picha haijatengenezewa hii laser printer, because the toner used in laser printing often struggles to board properly with glossy surfaces. Ujue hii printer huwa inatumia what you call toner. Toner is powder. So that is powdered ink pressed on that glossy paper. Haijishikili vizuri and the quality is not that good. Ndio maana ukikuja kuprint na hii Konica Minolta, it's not going to give you any glossy paper type here. But paper type yenye imetengenezewa kuwaka nazo vizuri ni zenye sasa imelist hapa. Nataka tuziangalie kidogo. Skip this first. Now here's what to choose when printing using the papers discussed in this book using a laser printer such as Konica Minolta C364 series PCL. So niko na hii table nimetengeneza hapa tena ya Konica Minolta Bizhub C284 e-paper type settings. Is the same printer as this one. It's only that hii driver yake ama vile inajiita kwa computer is slightly different from the physical printer vile inajiita kwa this label, but it's the same one. So for print papers, that is 60 to 90 GSM, you just select print paper. This is it. When I select to print paper, if it's embossed paper, that is this is a thick paper, that is 180 to 250 GSM, you select thick 3. We have thick 3 here. Again, if it's like a premium color and ivory papers, again you select thick 3. Glossy photo papers, tumesema juu hii ni laser printer, it's not recommended. For glossy matte papers, it prints better with the inkjet printers. There's glossy matte papers and glossy sticker papers. For glossy matte, this is 120 GSM, inataka thick 1. So here you come and select thick 1. And if it's the other one, we have seen these semi-glossy sticker papers, thick 1 plus. Because these thicknesses, he thick 1, thick 1 plus, thick 1 plus is thicker than thick 1, and thick 3 is thicker than thick 2 and thick 1. So easy thicknesses zina depend na hii GSM. As you can see, thick 3 hapa iko na 220 GSM, thick 2 iko na 160. So you see thick 2 has got less GSM. Okay, let me first go back here kwa hii glossy matte papers. It prints better with an inkjet printer because hiyo ndio inafanya you see it's a glossy paper. It's still but it a print na what you call the laser printer, but the quality is not as good as that of an inkjet printer. Lakini wakati mwingine tunataka kuprint haraka. Maybe the kitu yenye tuna print hatutaki ikuwe hiyo quality. We are not looking for that very high quality. Tunataka tu kitu standard kidogo. So tunaweza tumia hii glossy sticker papers with this Bizhub printer. So in that case, you just need to select the Q1 plus for sticker and the Q1 for glossy matte. Let's come back here for manila papers. Again, you select, if it's the lighter manila paper on 60 GSM, you select thick 2. If it's the thicker manila paper, you select thick 3. If it's the receipt or bank paper, you select thin paper. You can also use plain paper, though this works best with A4 and larger papers. So ukiamua kutumia hii receipt paper, tuseme you select this. Of course, it will not be a picture. There's this thin paper. There's the thin paper, or you can just use plain paper if you're printing from A4 size and above. Might create another video showing how to print those, but because of the GSM is very low, you select thin paper, and for envelopes, of course, you select envelope. Lakini envelopes pia huwa zina print better with an inkjet printer, but you can also use them to print this Konica using Bizhub. So hii ni guide Yako guide the correct paper to select depending on what you're printing and the paper that you're using. Now, choosing the right paper type for embossed, premium color, ivory, and manila papers, as shown on the table, prevents toner from flaking or rubbing off. Reason, of course, tumesema reason ya hii paper type ni ati inaambia printer vile ita print. Okay, it tells your printer what you are using here is a print paper, or what you are using here is an envelope, or what you are using paper is here is a thick paper, and it's this thick, like it's thick 1 or thick 1 plus or thick 2 or thick 3 or thick 4. So that is very important, your printer iweke the correct settings ikiprint. Now let's look at demonstrating using other softwares ama apps za kuprint. Hii ilikuwa tu ya kukuonyesha ati depending on the printer yenye umeselect, paper types zina change. Sasa wacha tuangalie kuprint picture using some other applications. For example, let's say tunataka kuprint hii picture. Let me open this beautiful scenery PDF. Hii ni PDF. Tuseme tunataka kuprint on a sticker paper. Hii picture tunataka kuiprint alafu tuistick kwa ukuta. Let's go to file and print. This is Adobe Acrobat, and tutatumia hii printer Epson L18050. Now ukiangalia kwa hizi zote, hii dialog yenye inakuletea hapa ama hizi settings unaona hapa, hakuna mahali inakuambia ama inakuonyesha unafaa kuselect the paper type. You see? Now in this case you have to go to what we call printer properties. So lazima ukuja hapa uklik properties, ikuletee hii L18050 series, that is network properties. Sasa hapa ndio unaselectia the paper type that you want. Now currently inatumia hii plain paper, but as you have said, we don't want to print with plain paper, we want to print with what we call Epson matte paper, Juni sticker paper. Okay, again you refer to this table if it's we have said this is Epson paper settings guide, glossy sticker paper. We select what? Epson matte. So that's actually what you have selected here. The paper type is Epson matte, and then you simply click on OK after setting all the other settings, and then now when you print it applies settings za matte. Okay, kuna vile ita print different. Plain paper prints differently from Epson matte. So sasa vile tu umeweka hii setting ya Epson matte, itafanya sasa hii printer, itafanya printer yako ya Epson apply the right settings na itoe kitu quality because of that setting. Now let's also, okay, so kitu unafaa kujua ni ati change that, you need to go to properties and then you click on print after that. Now let's also look at printing a picture in something like Photoshop. Kuna hii picha nimefungua kwa Photoshop. Let's go to file and print. Yeah, and here we have Photoshop print settings. But again, as you can see here, we do not have anywhere where it says paper type. It's not direct, so you have to go to, we have the printer setup, the printer here. Actually, let's use this Epson L850. Yeah, copies just on one copy. Then let's go to print settings. This is where you change the paper type. So you have to go to print settings, and then you come here to paper type. Now the paper type here is what? The paper type here is plain papers, but in this case tuseme sasa tunataka kitu inaitwa photo paper glossy. tuna print kwa karatasi ngumu. So let me post this a little. So now in this case tunataka kuprint na hii picha, tuseme tunataka kuprint na karatasi ngumu ya picha. Now in that case that would be a what you call a glossy photo papers. Yes, let's say we want to print with this glossy photo paper which is 230 GSM. That means picha yenyewe ni ngumu, it's thick. So the print paper type to choose is photo paper glossy. So you come back here to Photoshop, the paper type here. Right now it's plain papers, so we need to ensure that tumeiweka kwa photo paper ikuwe photo paper glossy, and then you click on OK, change the other settings, and then print. So you have to select, you have to go to print settings to access that paper type setting. So the moment tumeweka hii photo paper glossy, inafanya sasa printer yako ibadilishe settings, iweke the correct quality, and then because you have printed with photo paper glossy, it's going to print in a certain specific way ndio hii picha yako itoke vizuri, not like vile inaweza toka na plain paper. So that's how to change the paper type in what you call Photoshop. Now let's move on to here I cancel because I don't want to print now, but if you want to print, you just click on print after changing all the other appropriate settings. Nifunge pia hii, I don't want to save changes. Now let's look at kitu ingine hapa. Laser printers such as not well suited. Okay, we have looked at that. I want us to look at this. Printers with multiple trays such as Konica Minolta C364 series PCL often have default settings assigned for the type of paper in each tray, e.g. print paper or the 1, 2, 3. So if you need to print using a different type of paper from one of the trays, you must update the settings in the paper settings for each tray menu as shown in the image below. So tutafanya kwa I'm going to demonstrate hapa kwa yani tuone vile inakaa live. I don't want to use the picture here. So what this means is that printers with multiple trays kama Konica Minolta Bizhub C284E, I've recorded a video on the trays, the Konica Minolta trays, and icona trays actually you can call them 3 trays. We have tray 1, tray 2, and the bypass tray. So hizi trays tatu ziko na kila tray iko na setting yake. Okay, and that is why that is what we mean when you say if you need to print using a different type of paper from one of the trays, you must update the settings in paper settings for each tray menu as shown in the image below. This ensures the printer recognizes the correct paper type and adjusts the print job accordingly. Now failing to update the settings may lead to errors, misfeeds, or improper print quality. Always verify and adjust the settings before starting your print job. Alright, let's look at it practically. Tuseme sasa tunataka kuprint hii magazine. Where is it? Yes, this country style country style Rocco's guide. Let me fit one full page to window. So this is our magazine. Alafu tuseme hatutaki kuiprint na plain paper. It's quite big. Hatutaki kuiprint na plain paper. Tunataka kuiprint na what you call art paper. Now when you come back here to Konica Minolta Bizhub C284 e-paper type settings, we see that semi-glossy papers is on that GSM na inataka kitu inaitwa Thick 1 Plus. That is a printer paper type that we are going to choose. So tukuja hapa kwa Adobe Acrobat yetu, we go to file and print. Printer here now, in this case, let's choose this Konica Minolta copy 1. Again, it doesn't give you anything here on choosing the paper type, so you have to go to properties. Now, the interesting part here, ama Kenya ni different hapa ni ati hii printer iko na trays kadhaa. Iko na tray 1, tray 2 na bypass tray. Now paper type is not in the basic tab. We have tabs here. My tab, basic, layout, finish, cover mode, stamp, stretch, composition, you have quality, and you have other. Hizi tabs zote ziko na settings zake. So to access the paper type setting, unakuja kwa basic. Basic ndio iko na paper type. You see this? Lakini kwa hii printer, paper type hupelekana na the tray. Now, in this case, the paper tray is auto, meaning that tukiprint computer na printer, they are going to decide which tray are we going to use. Is it tray 1, tray 2, or the bypass tray? Lakini wakati mwingine ni vizuri kukuwa specific, especially kama hu print na plain paper. In most cases kenye kimeselectiwa automatically ni plain paper. Lakini sasa tumesema tunataka kuprint na hii this semi-glossy art papers, so lazima printer paper type to select the Thick 1 Plus. Alafu tuseme tumeweka hizo karatasi kwa bypass tray. So we're going to come here and select the paper tray first. Sio tray 1, sio tray 2 ni bypass tray. Then paper type hapa inasema ni plain paper and we cannot choose here. There's something here that says the paper type in paper settings for each tray will be set to paper type when paper tray is other than auto. Of course, paper tray yetu ni bypass, lakini paper type sio plain paper. So to change that, tunakuja hapa kwa paper settings for each tray. Click on that. And right here, we see paper type settings. Let's look at the trays. We have tray 1, tray 2. Our printer does not have a tray 3 or 4 LCT, lakini iko na bypass. So you click on bypass, and actually it's already selected. And then paper type, unasema sasa sio plain paper. Unakuja hapa una select karatasi yetu ni Thick 1 Plus. Okay? And then you place on okay. Now it sets itself to Thick 1 Plus. So let me repeat that very quickly. So you simply come here, go to properties, and then after going into properties, you go to the basic tab. The paper tray is the bypass tray. Hapo ndio tutaweka karatasi zetu. Paper type, it's going to default to plain paper, but you have to change the paper settings for each tray. It's the bypass tray. The paper type here, we come here and select Thick 1 Plus, and then okay. Okay. Now when you print, sasa ita print na mambo mbili. It's going to print from the bypass tray na itaweka quality ya Thick 1 Plus. So this one is going to have to adjust the settings. Sasa hii itatoka vizuri kuliko vile inaweza print na plain paper because you have selected a different setting, that is Thick 1 Plus. And it's going to take from the bypass tray. Ukishaweka okay, those settings actually save themselves here. So you'll see them there. Bypass tray, the 1 plus. But when you close, say we print, but I'm not going to print, cancel. But when you close Adobe Acrobat, hizo settings huwa zinajiondoa, and then you have to set again. So that is how to access those settings from the printer settings. Now same case, tuseme kama uko kwa Word. Again, let's say tunataka kuprint kama hizi notes. Tukuja hapa kwa file and then print. Again, here we do not have any paper type. Okay, so you have to go to printer properties. You select the correct printer and go to printer properties. Now from printer properties, you go to basic tab. That is why we have the paper type, and inaendanisha na paper tray. Now again, if you want it auto, especially kama unatumia plain paper, auto itafanya tu kazi vizuri because it's auto and the paper type is plain. But if it's other than plain, you have to select the tray. Let's say it's tray 1 or tray 2 or bypass tray, and then select the correct paper type hapa kwa paper settings for each tray. Bypass selected, and then you change to whatever it is, whatever it is that you want to change to. So that is how you are supposed to change the paper type in this Konica Minolta Bizhub C284E. You have to select the correct tray and the correct paper type. Wakati mwingine kuna, depending on the printer driver that you're having, when you select the bypass tray, itakuallow to select to directly without having to go to paper settings for each tray. But if it's not clickable, you have to go to paper settings for each tray to change that. Let me cancel that and go back here. So that's it on selecting the paper type in the various printers. Tumeona na Epson na tumeona na Bizhub, and you have said depending on the printer you're going to get a different list of paper types. Na kama printer yako iko na trays kadhaa, you have to select the appropriate tray and then the appropriate paper type. That's it for this video. Asante sana kwa kuwatch to the end. Make sure you like, comment, share, na sana sana subscribe. I'm Gadhio. See you in the next video. Thank you.